Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Riya Srivastav and our today's topic is warning signs of gaslighting. But if you are new to this channel, then don't forget to subscribe it and have those notifications turned on. It's pretty important because now I'll put videos on Thursdays and Saturdays and you don't want to miss out. So let's get into this. Gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse that's seen in abusive relationships. It's the act of manipulating a person by forcing them to question their own thoughts, memories, and the events occurring around them. A victim of gaslighting can be pushed so far that they question their own sanity. So gaslighting, whether intentional or not, is a form of manipulation. It can happen in many types of relationships, including those with bosses or friends and parents. But one of the most devastating forms of gaslighting is when it occurs in a relationship between a couple. So in a way, it's called psychological brainwashing. Now, this phenomenon has likely existed forever, but the term gaslighting didn't become recognized until 1944 movie Gaslight. The movie's description is given in the description box for you. Now coming to the examples with the warning signs of gaslighting are. Okay, so the first one is feeling like everything you do is wrong. In this, parents undermine their kids' reality in the most innocent ways, usually as a way to get child to obey. But the consequences are damaging. Taking a hypothetical example, like a dad told his son not to run away, but the child ran anyhow, eventually tripping and hurting himself. Instead of comforting him, the father yelled, "What have you done to yourself? Look at the mess you have made," as if the boy did it on purpose. So here, the problem is, instead of learning the lesson about being careful, he learned that there was something inherently wrong with him. So the second one is finding it increasingly hard to make decisions or being anxious and less confident that you used to be. In this, some gaslighters believe that they are manipulating their victims because they love them and they only want what is best for them. For instance, take an example, a woman applied for a job that she very much wanted and was excited to get very far in the interview process when the company suddenly stopped responding or texting her messages. So what happened? Her husband told her that she wasn't right for the job, wasn't good enough for that position, or she might probably didn't interview well. But eventually, after several weeks, she asked the hiring manager why she was dropped so suddenly, but only to hear that her husband had called and told them that she was no longer interested and to take her name out of consideration. Then she confronted the husband and he said it was for her own good, that he knew she would be happier not working and staying at home. The victim then has to choose whether they believe that their loved ones really does know what they want or what they need more than they do. Eventually, they may stop trying to make decisions for themselves, which allows their partners to control them. So the third one is often questioning whether a response to your partner is appropriate or often wondering if you are being too sensitive. This is one of the most common reasons for gaslighting, is that by changing reality, the gaslighter can make the problem the victim instead of their own bad behavior. We see this a lot in infidelity. Like for example, when a man will tell his wife that she's being too sensitive or just jealous when she questions an inappropriate relationship with his co-worker. Then if she catches him having an affair, he may tell her that he had to cheat because she is too frigid and doesn't give him enough sex, and so on. Then instead of talking about how he's emotionally checked out of his marriage or is sleeping with another woman, suddenly the argument is about the wife's personal failings and something like that. It's a way to get her to blame herself instead of him. Now the fourth one is feeling isolated from friends and family basically avoiding giving information to friends, relatives, or anyone around you to avoid confrontation about your own partner. In this, isolating the victim from friends and family is a hallmark of all types of domestic abuse, and gaslighting is one of the best way to accomplish this. A person's loved ones are those who could give them a reality check, providing the abusers wrong, so that gaslighters may try to separate them by bending reality. The fifth one is feeling hopelessness and taking little or no pleasure in activities you used to enjoy. In this, some people gaslight because that's how they were raised or continue to use this dysfunctional tool to meet their needs in a relationship. But for many gaslighters, manipulating and hurting others is intentional, and it gives them a high raise to something or brings them pleasure, but not to the significant other partner. Here, people who gaslight other people in their lives may have a psychological disorder called narcissistic personality disorder. Just a brief about what is this disorder. In this, people with narcissistic personality disorder believes they're extremely important to the world and the world revolves around them. In this, they're self-absorbed and don't have time or interest in other useless activities or in anything else. They aren't very empathetic or not at all empathetic and don't have the ability or interest to understand what the another person is feeling or experiencing. In the end, I would like to say that lying to someone about what's really happening is hurtful in the short term. Like wondering why someone you love is trying to deceive you can make you question the relationship and yourself. But gaslighting can have terrible consequences in the long term or in future, destroying the victim's self-esteem and confidence, and either trapping them in a dysfunctional relationship and blowing up a relationship completely. Now, to get help, a person experiencing gaslighting may become confused, withdrawn, anxious, or defensive about abusive person's behavior. They may not realize the behavior is abusive. So, first, recognizing that you're a victim in your relationship is the most important step, which is the first one towards getting help. The next step involves consulting a psychiatrist, psychologist, or therapist. They can help you shift through your doubts and fears and understand the realities of what you experienced. You learn how to manage doubts and anxiety and develop coping skills. Or a person can contact domestic abuse organizations for advice and help with creating a safety plan. So if you liked watching my video, do press the like button, and if you want me to take up any other topic, please feel free to comment down below. Thank you so much.